Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is our season finale, and we wanted to switch it up a little bit before we ended the season. And quite frankly, LaMay Day is what you call the love letter to the creative.
Yes.
And so we wanted to do a roundtable with creatives.
Yes.
And just have an open discussion about a few things that are on our hearts, on our minds, because this is creative news and reviews. And well, you know, Sheree, let's dive into it.
So one of the things I know that you and I talked about was the whole concept of supporting the homies. So I have a lot of homies that are creative, especially if you live here in LA. And one of the things I know people struggle with, and I kind of do to a certain extent, is at what point do you charge the homie? At what point do you pay for the homie services? Keisa, what do you think?
It took me years, honestly. And now to the point to where I don't even want to work with certain homies in that capacity. If any, I'll refer them out to someone that I think might work better for them and just like support and consult them along the way. But I'm at a point now to where my heart is so in it, like I'm so like, as you say, I'm just like passionate, that it kind of becomes like a mixed medium when it comes to me like, oh, should I charge? Should I charge them? Especially if it's like someone that I know that's starting out and they're like bare minimum of the budget. So yeah, I mean, I'm all for supporting the homies, but at this point, I don't really.
Yeah. It gets tough. I think I'm in the same boat. I think it took me a few years before I really got to that point where I could say, like, I want to help you, but I can't, like, I have to charge you, and this is my rate. And no, you're not getting the discount. Like, I done gave too many, and I just, you know, it gets to a point like, as creatives, this is how we support ourselves, you know? And we're trying to make this a career, and it gets tough, you know, because you have loyalty to certain friends, and in all honesty, I've actually lost a few friends through the whole like, oh, I owe you this, and you haven't paid me or whatever, you know. So it does get tough, but it's a very important thing to, I think, to discuss and address.
Right. What do you think, Heather?
Well, I think that there are certain situations where you can do a barter / let's do a money exchange.
Absolutely.
But it really depends on the relationship that you have with that individual. It's really per relationship, I feel. Like recently, a friend of mine, she's a client of mine as well. I do her hair, and then she helps me with the tech side of my business. I'm not tech savvy, she is, and she's doing media, so she helps me with the media side. But she gives me a special rate for running my media, and then I give her a special rate for doing her hair. So we're still exchanging money, but it's just at a discounted price. But neither one of us feels like we're getting, you know, taking over currency.
Yeah, I like that. So what do you? Speaking of tech. So you're in the tech industry. Do you often deal with, you know, oh, can you help me with my computer, or? So how is that? Is that just something you do willingly, or are you like,
if it's my parents, yes, because I ask them all the time. Friends, a lot of times, I think in my industry, the friends that you develop, you actually work with them, so they're also coworkers. So that can get a little bit interesting. So you just have to make sure you develop the lines of professionalism, and make sure that you're going to do a favor, but they also respect you and know that, you know, you might be above them in terms of your role or whatnot, but you're still willing to help. So
and from an entrepreneurial standpoint, just time. Like once you get to a certain point where you like have your own roster, and then you start having like friends who you love and would, you know, take a bullet for, you still have to look at like the time that you're actually putting into your foundation and what you built, and then as opposed to working with a friend who you might not have the time to be able to filter them in. And then, you know, with anyone, everyone's gonna, what you put in is what you get out. So even if it's a friend, they're gonna have a certain level of expectation. So I've dealt with that before too, where it's like I'll start, you know, working with a friend, and obviously this is your friend, so you want to always see your friends flourish. You know what I mean? But for me, I think it got to a point to where I was just like strained, and then overcommitting and under-delivering is like,
and then you get to the point where you're like, why did I commit to this?
When you start going down the to-do list, like that's what made me start my business, honestly. Like I was running around the city in this production meeting, shooting with this person, and my mom would be like, you're a consultant, like you need to start doing that. But I was comfortable, like I had a nice little savings. I had just got laid off from my job. I was good, and I woke up one day and I had a to-do list, and none of it pertained to me. And I was like, you know what? That was the eye opener. I was like, yeah.
I think it also maintains a healthy relationship with your friends.
Right.
You know
Because your
what I mean?
friends are your family, so you want to help them.
Friends are the family you choose.
Right. Has anyone ever felt guilty, like felt like super guilty? Maybe if you didn't offer your service to that person at a certain rate. Yeah, because I know I've had situations where if I couldn't do it, I get jealous. I'm not gonna lie. I will be super jealous if my homie starts using some other person's service.
Yeah.
You know, so
it's like, so you're gonna pay. You're willing to pay a stranger, but you're asking me for the
Well, that happened to me. It happened to me. What? It was like my friend. He's a drummer. Okay. He's a really good friend of mine, and I hired another drummer. He was like, "Why you didn't hire me?" I was like, figure you was busy. He was like, well, you should have said asked me, but I was just like.
I do that too, and see, sometimes I know my friends will get mad at me because I want to pay them what they're worth.
Right.
You know, that's my big thing. Like, I was just telling them earlier, like, I have a good friend that does nails, and I'm like, I'm not going to go get my nails done by you because I know you doing this famous person and that famous person. I can't afford you right now. So I'm going to chill, and until I'm ready, I'm going to come to you. You know, but
that's how I feel about, like, if it's like a service that I know that I need, that I'm budgeting out for, anyway, likes my hair, then we can figure something out. But it has to be something that it might sound a little selfish. I feel like I can benefit from at this point because,
of course.
I mean, again, it's time. So,
but I mean, honestly, like that's with any relationship, there has to be some type of reciprocation. There has to be a benefit on both ends, and otherwise, there's no point in having the relationship.
Exactly.
Right. Have you experienced that at all?
I offer, liability asset situations. As for me, I'd rather just, keep to myself with that situation because I don't want to have a bad burden or bad vibe between friendships. So I kind of always been like, if you're my homie, you're going to support me, like, no matter what. I shouldn't have to, buckle down or, break down for you when this is something that I'm chasing, like a dream as far as. So.
You pay for it.
Right. So then, follow-up question with that, and when it comes to supporting the homies, how do you respond when something doesn't go right? So, so if you're working with the homie and let's say somebody messes up or you messed up yourself, like how do you, because that
that happened to me last night, and
look, I'm like, hey, that's why I'm like, look, we really getting
that happened to me last night.
Yeah.
Definitely not gonna say his name, but he messed up on a part, and at the end of the night, I still told him, man, great job. At the end of the day, he's my friend. Right. Yeah. I mean, it's a process. I mean, you just,
I mean, and you have to take accountability. Like I did the PR on last night, and I feel like there was things that I'm like, okay, that I probably would have stepped it up even more if it was like someone that I didn't know. But I knew that there were certain things that you wouldn't necessarily notice or mind, and that's not good.
Because I really wasn't worried about what she was doing anyway.
Okay, confession hour. But so I mean, you just have to hold yourself accountable. Like I was gonna ask you anyway, like what you thought about that. I usually do like a hindsight call.
So it's good to do it after the fact. So follow up.
What you could have.
So still maintain the professionalism.
It doesn't matter if it's your mom, sister, brother, right? Doing something that's,
even if you are using homie currency, use professionalism.
My advice is to not take things personal. Because once you're blurring the line of professionalism, okay, well, this is who I am professionally. Right. And like, let's say I've created something for a friend, but I've taken them on as a client and they might not be happy with what I created. I can't take that personal. Okay. I have to let them know from the jump, I will not be offended if you're not pleased with this. Right. Tell me how to fix it. Right. If you're paying me, I mean, hey, we're talking, it's work now, it's work, you know what I mean? So you can't take it personal. That's not what it is. Ultimately, your friend is going to tell you, it's better that it comes from someone like them as opposed to a client that you don't know, so that you can improve. So like I think there's definitely a benefit there.
Right. And your friends are more forgiving, like even though you're like, okay, sometimes sometimes, But it's kind of more practice, and you're like, okay, we're going to be professional, but there's still a little more comfortability when you're dealing with your friends, even on a professional level.
Right, and I think you should utilize your village, like utilize your relationships to help you grow and to help you build. Personal story, Heather has been my best friend since we were in the 9th, 10th grade. And when she first started her career as a hairstylist, I'm just gonna put it out there. We've been through some things, but I never got upset about it. And like the woman she is today and the career that she has today, like I would like to think that, I might have had a little help with that. I was the for real test. I've had a couple nicks. I've had a couple big braids in the back of my head. Thank you.
I think she was the very first one that I sold some tracks on. She helps me practice sewing a weave. Like that was never anything that I was just like, I want to do weaves.
It was never. Over the years, I've always brought her.
She'd be like, okay, try this, and then she'll send me someone and they're like, oh, can you do this?
No, we would never know it because that's how. I think, she told me about you and I needed something that she was like, no, Heather can do it. I've seen her do it before, like, Heather, and I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, okay.
There's been times she's really like talking me up. She'll be like, oh yeah, Heather can do that. And then I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to consult one of my coworkers and I'm going to go look this up online.
And that's another good point. If you don't feel as though you can do something, you can be honest.
Creatives know how to work well under pressure. Like I've literally been in meetings and if there's something I don't know, I'm sitting there like, and then I'll be like, I'll listen, and then if I feel the need to chime in once I feel like I, educate myself on it. But that's happened to me several times. Like people will ask me, even now, like with artists, if I don't know the artist, I don't never let the client know. I'm just like, I can do it, and then I'll do my homework after the fact. You know what I mean? But you never want.
Don't let them see you sweat. Right. Did any of you guys have any questions about, creativity and relationships and friendships, or you kind of already done figured it out?
I would like to know, like, have you guys ever had a situation where you feel like you're heavily invested in it, and then you have to have the conversation like,
it's a wrap?
Yeah.
I have.
Going through that right now.
It's difficult. I have. I think it kind of just things kind of fall apart organically. In my situations, they just kind of fell apart organically. Or I'm the type of person when I want something done, and whether you with me or not, I'm gonna figure it out. We may or may not have that conversation. This show, for example, there were people who were on board and then they weren't. But I was like, Josh, Keisa, like, let's do this. I found other people, whether or not they might have that jealousy that I spoke about earlier. I don't.
Y'all can be jealous of me.
But if I still have, no hard feelings. If I still have an opportunity for them, I'll still bring them on. If there's something I know that they're good at, I'll still refer them. So it's just letting things happen organically. It doesn't have to be a confrontation. Mm-hmm. You can just do your thing, let them do their thing. If they want to talk about it, we're professionals. Right. Do it.
And obviously, I feel like with friends, they know what your strengths and weaknesses are.
Right.
And like you said, you definitely need to have that transparency. It's a relationship, so
transparency is key.
Everybody, we have to hold each other accountable.
Key. And then I also suggest that everybody have your rates in your mind already set in stone.
You can click on my link online.
She's good for that. Do you use like a style seed or something?
I'm slowly progressing into the level.
There we go.
But I have a question about that too. Because in your profession, in cosmetology, that's okay. Because it's like, okay, it's a service, so I know I have to pay X amount for the service. I feel like in our world, and Josh, you can attest this, I may be wrong, but I learned that people kind of run from numbers. So like if as a PR firm, if you have your services up for like a consultation or an event or a press release, it tends to like deter people because they're like, okay, well I can get this over here for lower, or I've already seen what this person can do.
I think it's the same in all.
For me, I'm real good person. I have like a little strategy. I won't tell too much, but I get the person's interest. I used to do a whole blueprint after I gave them their consultation, a whole proposal, and then I wouldn't hear from the person anymore because why? They have a blueprint. They don't need me anymore. Now I keep it short and sweet, and I charge for my consultations. I'll give you no more than a page of what I know I can do with a quote. If you decide you want to move forward, then cool. Right. But yeah, I know you guys, like I said, you guys do. But
yeah, like for us, it's like we have a base price for the service, and then as things become, as you start adding little services, like or if it, you're saying I need a haircut, if you're saying like, oh, I just need a haircut and a style, well, there's other things that factor into that. Texture. Is your hair in a good state? Is it damaged or not? Like all of that, then you're starting to cut into time and products and things like that. So like that's something that people don't understand, is that there's other things that factor into the service, and this is a base price, and then from here, depending on what you want, you got it. Then you have.
Well, most importantly, though, like you said, you're paying for someone's time. Right. So if you say if I'm gonna charge you $350, this is for the time that I'm allowed to put all of this into it.
But with that said, because I know some hairstylists can do a install in an hour, and they're making like $350 to $500 an hour. So how does that?
That's their specialty, and you're paying for the quality and the expertise of their skill set.
Right.
You also have to think too, with all of our professions, there's prep work that goes into that too. So there's prep work and there's post work.
There's research.
Right. Yeah. There's things that happen that you see right then and there.
You paid for your education. You paid I didn't just YouTube this education, it's cool if you did. Like, but by no means am I, like, there are some very talented people on YouTube. I use it as a source sometimes, but it's not the source. Right. So when a lot of times when clients come in, they're like, oh, well, I saw on YouTube this girl, can you do it like this? And it's like, the style will go for the style, but I'm gonna do it with my technique.
Right. Well. There we have. I feel like we could just talk about this.
Yes,
we're going to have to do a part 2, 3, 4 next season. But I just want to thank all of you guys for being here, and for everyone that's supported. This is going to wrap LaMay Limelight season 1. So make sure you're checking us out. You're following us and everything. And as you all know, I am Sharique LaMay. You can follow me as well as
J Pin. You already know.
You know what it is, and make sure you're following LaMay Limelight, and then. Season 2 will be happening.
And keep up with us. Like, we're still going to be posting during the summer. I mean, I'm going to Essence next week. I'll be, shouting y'all out.
Going
home. Yes. Going home. It'll be in my city.
He going to go see Mama Janet.
I'm going to see Janet. It's about to go down.
It's happening.
Yes. It's about to be real. Shout out to my client, Jay Marcel, who is the stage manager for the Beauty and Style Expo this year at Essence. So I'm really excited to be working with her there. And Sharique and I both have some amazing things happening this summer, so just stay tuned. Follow us. Follow our page. Tell people to follow us. I promise we'll post more. And thank you so much for rocking with us. This has been an amazing season. It's been a lot of work. But we're so proud and we're thankful.
It's been one heck of a ride. So thank you to everybody. Shout out to Director Rich Penn. We love you. You're amazing. To Alyssa, to Malik, to Keisa especially for being awesome. And of course, I cannot not shout out Opulen Studios and Chris. This has been our hub. This is our creative center. If you need anything, make sure you come to Opulen Studios in downtown Los Angeles. So definitely. So thank you guys.
We'll be back in the fall.